The way that they expel our people is the most shameful way that the world should know. We have a very, very wonderful life. We have our culture, we have our tradition, and suddenly they choose to give the main island, Chagossian, to US government to make a US military base. This is where our nightmare started. How could it be possible that I, as a native of Chagos, I could not have access to my place of birth? Just take example, you were born in Hong Kong, and your children ask you, Dad, where were you born? You will have this opportunity to bring your son to Hong Kong. But it's not the case for the Chagossian. I cannot show my son where I was born. If UK and US say that they are champion of human rights, they have to look what they did with Chagossian. For me, what they did with my people, it's a crime against humanity.
Imagine wake up early one day in the morning and you find out that the UK government has decided to expel you from your homeland in order for the US to build a military base. Well, that's exactly what happens to the inhabitants of the Chagos Islands, also today known as the British Indian Ocean Territory, the BIOT. The Chagossians were expelled from their homeland in the 1960s, and to this very day, injustice still prevails and they could not return. That's why I've come all the way here to Crawley in southern England, nice sunny day today, to talk to Mr. Olivier Bancoult, the leader of the Chagossian community in exile. Mr. Bancoult has appeared in front of many courts, for example domestically here in the UK in front of the House of Lords and the Supreme Court, where unfortunately he lost his case to return, and also the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. The ICJ has actually held that Mauritius has legal sovereignty over the Chagos Islands and the UK should return the islands back to Mauritius. But unfortunately, in spite of the UN General Assembly voting resoundingly by a vote of 116 to 6, the UK and the US have still yet to respond to the calls of the international community and ignored international law. So join me for a very, very interesting episode of Soft Talk as we know more about the Chagos Islands and the struggle for their people to return back to their homes in spite of British and American imperialism. Let's go. Hey guys, it's Keybros. Welcome to a new episode of Soft Talk, where unlike BBC's Hard Talk, the interviewees won't find it hard to talk. So today we're very honoured to have Mr. Bancoult with us, who is from the Chagos Islands that are currently still occupied by the UK in the Indian Ocean. Mr. Bancoult, how are you doing?
Fine, it's a pleasure for me to give you this interview because I just want to share with you the struggle of my people who have been uprooted from our motherland, some settled in UK. It's a very good story that the world needs to know.
Yeah, I completely agree, and that's why we're here today to cover the struggle of the Chagos Islanders. Can you tell us a bit more about your movement?
Our movement started in 1983 with the aim of work for the welfare of the Chagossian people. For more than 5 generations, we have a very, very wonderful life. Everyone has his house. We have our culture, we have our tradition, and we are surrounded with the sea. Eat fresh food like fish. It's not necessary to use refrigerator. It was a very healthy life, I can say. Yeah. Let me tell you that Chagos Archipelago is situated in the middle of the Indian Ocean. It consists of about 65 islands. 4 of them was habited, like Chagossian, the main one, Keybros, Barbados, and Solomon.
And how did your people and you get expelled from the islands?
The way that they expel our people is the most shameful way that the world should know. It's a very shameful story for the UK government. Everyone enjoys their life, and suddenly they choose to give the main island, Chagossian, to US government to make a US military base. At the end, they decided to uproot everyone and ask people that they have to leave the place because it will become very dangerous. Terrorism, security, piracy, every sort of excuse that they want to put forward. I don't think that a responsible government could have like they did in the past.
Right.
This is why we are very, very upset about the UK government treatment to our people. And we always said that if we compare to other places like Falkland Islands, the treatment that Falkland Islands got comparing to Chagossian, it's a very different. This is why we think it's racism. It's a way of saying that because we are black people, we came from African origin. This is why we got this kind of treatment. People who had been asked to leave their country because of war, for example in Sudan, in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And when they arrive in UK, the great carpet treatment that they got comparing to Chagossian, I consider that UK government did not treat people on the same level. Very sad to say, if you want to treat people, you need to treat everyone on the same level.
Yes, I completely agree. It's a form of injustice. Hopefully it can be overturned in the future. Which year did you have to leave the island?
For my family, it was in 1968. My sister had been hurt by a wheel cart on Paros. And when my mom go to the dispensary, she had been told by the nurse she had to travel to Mauritius. All the provision came from Mauritius. At that time, Chagos was dependency of Mauritius.
Right.
Even Mauritius was under British colony. If Chagossian need to go for treatment, for holidays, it's only a way of traveling by boat from Mauritius. I was only 4 years old.
Right.
When arriving in Mauritius, my sister passed away 3 months after. All our belongings we have left on Chagos. Yeah. The view to return. My mom decided to return back with all the family. But unfortunately, when my mom go to the office to register, we have been learned that it will be impossible for us to return. We were obliged to leave in Mauritius because we have another plan. Life was very difficult comparing to Chagos. We have to have money to pay. We have to have a job. The way for people from Chagos to adapt themselves in Mauritius was very, very difficult. All the deportation was done from 1965 up to 1973. The way that when they did a deal with UK and US first, and the second with Mauritian politician and UK government, where the Prime Minister at the time, Harold Wilson, invite all politicians in Mauritius to come for a conference, propose, you want to have independence? I will give Mauritius independence, but in condition, I will detach Chagos from Mauritius. And the whole had accepted on the head of the Chagossian without consulting them. This is one of the worst things that they have been able to do.
Yeah.
You cannot take decision upon the head of the people without consulting them.
Yeah.
You cannot accept that. This is where our nightmare started. You know how to swim, you swim. Yeah. Otherwise you will be thrown into the sea. Yeah. They tried to just let their voice be heard, and the struggle started by women, Chagossian women. Right. When they were in Chagos, and never their children have go to bed without eating something. Right. The first thing they said, it's prefer they go to the prison, to jail, where they are sure they can have something to eat. Even they did not commit any offense. Right. They did hunger strike in Mauritius. They make demonstration. They have a problem with policemen. It's only the view to say that they don't want to continue to live in that condition. They want to return back to the country. When we talk about the US military base, only parts of it, 1/3 is being used in Chagossian, whereas 2/3 is being occupied. The same things on Paros, Banos and Salomon, which are more than 140 miles away from Chagos. There also, we don't have people. Yeah. Our sadness is, we have our parents buried there. Yeah. We always have something to our beloved parents. It's difficult for us to go and pay tribute to our grandparents because we don't have access to the grave. Right. But the worst things that the UK government did when they concentrate about promote culture, but what about Chagossian culture? Yeah. They didn't do anything for us, you see? Women, which I'm very proud, what they did in Mauritius.
Yeah. So essentially it's basically a lie that the UK government gave to your people, that okay, you can come back one day, but in fact you can never come back.
Yeah. I myself get the advantage to have my education in Mauritius. Yeah. After my secondary school, I've been involved in the struggle with the wish of my mom, who said to me, because you were born there and you have this opportunity to have education, why not join the struggle and give your support? Yeah. I always accept my mom, what she said to me, because I have very great respect for my mom. I joined in the struggle in 1983 at the age of 19 years old. And high with my level of education, I bring forward. I'm very proud today that I am the leader of the Chagossian people. I'm proud that I've led many court cases against the government. My first case was in 2000 with the support of a solicitor here in the UK. He said, you know, you have a chance. because what the UK government did to you is unlawful. I asked myself the question, how could it be possible that I, as a native of Chagos, I could not have access to my place of birth? And I finally find out that there was a law in 1971. Only British soldiers and US soldiers can have access to Chagos, not even those who were born. I was very opposed to that. I have a look to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 9. You say that no one shall be prevented to enter your country. I had to challenge it with the help of the solicitor. How could it be possible that someone act on the name of the Queen banish my fundamental rights?
That's right.
When we started with this case, the judge gave consideration to it, to say that these cases are very arguable. Many arguments that can show to correct the injustice and to protect the fundamental rights and the dignity of the people. The case had been heard for 5 days, court. On 3rd November 2000, we won a very historical judgment in our favor, because we have the chance to have someone who in the past defends Nelson Mandela. He just raised many points. We do understand that there is a base in Chagossian. How could it not be possible that native people cannot have cohabitation with others?
That's right.
We are not piracy. We are not terrorists. We were people who were born from that place. According to Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone should be free on his birthplace. If you commit any offense, you need to go to jail. But it's not the case for us.
That's right.
You need to be free. The judgment conclusion was it was unlawful what UK government did to us. The point of defense for the UK government was we were contractual workers and we were not permanent inhabitants. We have been able to find out with all the declassified document and with all the argument that we put forward, the court consider us as belongers. It's a very strong word to say that belongers is people who have been lived for more than 1 or 2 generations. In our case, it's more than 5 generations. And it was very successful. At that time, the UK government did not make a fee. He respects the judgment, but this will not apply on Chagossian because there is a security agreement between US and UK. They will make a feasibility studies. They took 2 years to make it. They came to the conclusion to say that it will be impossible for us to go because it's not practical. It will have a problem of water and the island will be submerged under the sea. We have challenged that. If you say the island will be submerged under the sea, how could it be possible that US spent lots of money with a US military base on Chagos? We have been living for 5 generations. We have never have any problem of water. And first of all, we are surrounded with the sea. And we just find out that the 3rd driest island in the world is one of the Chagos Islands. To say that the Queen have the prerogative to return the law as it was. That means instead of the Queen protect our rights as citizens, the Queen banish our rights. And this is why I'm very ashamed with that decision coming from the Queen. Because I think that as you may be black, white, yellow, brown, we are all human beings. We have the same color of bread. We cannot treat people like they did with us. I challenged the Ordnance Council in 2004. We won it in 2006 and 2007. But the UK government carry with it, bring it to the House of Law. House of Law, unfortunately, we lost. With 5 judges, 3 was against and 2 was for. With those arguments that they raised, they give us reason to continue our fight. They bring over in 2010 the marine protected area. They just want to change the people feeling to say that, you know, instead of to continue the legal battles against Chagos, we propose to consider Chagos as the largest marine protected area. We are not against protection of environment. But what we say, how could you declare a place as the largest marine protected area, whereas inside we have a huge US military base?
It doesn't make sense.
It's a contradictory. When we challenge it, we lost it, but we have WikiLeaks who say the same things. It's a way of pretext from the UK government not to allow Chagossians to return. I take an example in Mauritius. We have places who have been classified as protected areas, not all of the island. Every country where we have marine protected area, we have the participation of local people.
Yeah.
Why not Chagos?
That's right.
2014,
Yeah.
they came with a second feasibility studies.
Right.
They just want to know whether is it true that people want to return. When we make a survey, more than 82% of people want to return back to Chagos. Just take example, you were born in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And your children ask you, Dad, where were you born? You will have this opportunity to bring your son to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But it's not the case for the Chagossian. My son asked me, when he was in primary school, he showed me the map of Mauritius. Dad, in what district you were born? Sorry, I was not born in Mauritius. He said, where were you born? I was born in Paros. Where is Paros? I cannot show my son where I was born. It's only small point, British on Eurasian territory, UK.
Yeah.
He said to me, Dad, one day you need to bring us to your place of birth. We want to know your place of birth.
Yeah.
It's not only the wish of my son, the wish of all the population. They always have heard about from the parent and the parent about Chagos, but they never knew about it. They choose KPMG to do that. KPMG did a very wonderful work. Comparing to the first feasibilities, they never consult Chagossian.
Yeah.
But KPMG did consult Chagossian. They make consultation with Chagossian in Mauritius, in UK, in Seychelles. They get in touch with defense department in Chagossian. They consult all stakeholders.
Yeah.
And finally, they had a conclusion to say that there is no legal barrier to prevent Chagossian to return to Chagos.
Yeah.
Because if there is cohabitation among foreigners, workers on Chagossian, like we have Filipinos, we have Singaporeans, we have Sri Lanka, we have British, we have Mauritian, we have American. Why not Chagossian as local people? With that point, they was very, very upset of that because they choose KPMG. KPMG did a very independent work, a very embarrassed position, the UK government. Yeah. They say that now it's not clear about the report. They want to know how many people want to return to Chagos. They make a small survey. On the survey they did themselves, 98% of Chagossians want to return, comparing to 82 in the past. Increase. In November 2016, they came with a proposition of support package. They just put the report of KPMG into the bin without consideration. They said they will come with a financial support to improve the condition of living of Chagossian in Mauritius, in Seychelles, in UK and elsewhere, and to care for their health, to care for their education, to care for training, to find out a way of a heritage visit to visit their place of birth. We said no, it's not good. The reason we need to renounce, because it will not be practicable for us to go to Chagos. You know, it's our rights. The company you choose has been very clear in his report to say that there is no legal barrier. Do not abide to that. You see, we cannot accept. In UK here, we have several groups of Chagossians. There are some of the group who have accepted to say, okay, let's go, let's accept the support package. It was not the case for Chagos Refugees group. In my group, we were opposed to that. Up to now, just more than 5 years, and they proposed a support package, nothing had been done. We are not agree, but those who are agree, why not making something to improve the condition of living, to encourage our youth to have education? Nothing has been done. This is why we are very upset. Until when the Mauritian government decided to go with African Union to bring the matter into the United Nations. And they invite us to join them. If really the UK government shoulder its responsibility towards Chagossian, the matter should not bring over. But unfortunately, because of the behavior, bad treatment that he gave, we said no, let's go. Because the most important, we want to let our voice be listened. It was an opportunity for us, because as individuals, we will never be able to be heard United Nations. You need to be a state. We got the support of Mauritius, and we have been able to let the world know about our suffering, about the injustice done to our people. This is why the decision will be taken. This matter has been brought forward to the International Court of Justice. Up to now, there are more than 100 countries who condemn the way that UK government did to our people. Here we are, UN and the ICJ had clearly declared that Chagos is under Mauritian sovereignty.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and now we are working with the Mauritian government. We need to be clear that Chagossians need to form part of every development of Chagos. We are planning to have a visit, and with their visitor proposal, we said that we cannot consider as visitors.
Yeah.
It's not good that me, as a native, I go to visit my place whereas others can live more than I. I cannot accept that. You see, we always oppose again the decision taken by the UK government for our people.
I studied law in the past. I remember studying your case actually during my class about public law. It was in the House of Lords, and then obviously it was 3-2, and I actually agreed with the dissenting judges, and that's how I got to know about your struggle in the first place. And then afterwards, I also read about the ICJ's decision, where they clearly stated that the Chagos Islands is actually a part of Mauritius, not the UK. But unfortunately, the UK government has refused consistently for the past 5 years to grant this wish to the Chagossian people. There are some groups I know within the Chagos community who take a different view from you. Some of them want to become an independent country. Some of them want to remain part of the UK as a dependency. And whereas I think you would prefer to be under Mauritian sovereignty. Am I correct?
It's never we who decide. We don't have any Chagossians who are against to live in Chagos. It's a shame for British government. In order for us to recognize our British citizen, we have to go to court. In 1999, we have a white paper concerning the British overseas territories. Chagos was not mentioned. With the judgment, MPs had taken the decision that we need to be included in that. We never have anything on the plate with the UK government. Who decided sovereignty need to be in the Mauritius or UK? The International Court, United Nations General Assembly decided that sovereignty is for Mauritius. It's not Chagossian with that side. If the United Nations, where all those states form parts, including the US and UK, they said that the sovereignty need to be Mauritius. We cannot protest against that. But what we say, Mauritius should fulfill the responsibility towards Chagossian. Like in Rodrigue, we have autonomy. We ask that, why not autonomy? Chagossian people can manage their country under a central government. It's not something that we will be dominated by the Mauritian government. We have our word to say. This is the most important. It's not only that Mauritius got it, but we as Chagossian, we need to have our regional assembly, we need to have our council, we need to be among stakeholders who take decisions about the future of Chagos.
The UK and the US is often actually acts as like a lecturer of human rights and democracy abroad. How do you think of that?
If UK and US say that they are champions of human rights, they have to look what they did with Chagossian. Have they treated Chagossian in a very human way? For me, what they did with my people, it's a crime against humanity. The way of expelling, putting people in a place where they do not belong in, it's not a way. I gave you the example of Afghanistan. We are not against those people because we know they face many difficulties. But when we say the treatment when they arrive here, red carpet treatment, here, we are in Crowley. We have people who have been beat for housing for more than 15 years. Up to now, nothing. But we have Afghanistan and Sudanese who were upgraded on the list and got all the facilities. And we are facing a difficulties here. We are being divided by parents because we used to live as all family. We have some who are eligible for British citizen. We have some. If really there was a will from the British government to find out a solution for all the Chagossians, this will not be the case. Up to now, we still have a change in law, but it's not definite. We are not sure that all the situation will be solved. This is the problem. They give example everywhere to the world about human rights. But what they did with us, people should know.
China has actually been one of the major powers in the UN that supports the Chagossians' right to return and also Mauritius' sovereignty over the Chagos Islands. Given the US-China conflict recently, and obviously the US has a military base in Diego Garcia, how do you see it pan out and what do you think about it?
China had support Mauritius for a reason. We have two important things what happened. First of all, we have the UN Charter. You cannot detach parts of country
Yeah.
before independence.
That's right.
And the second, non-respect of human rights.
Right.
This make many countries, including China, support Mauritius.
Yeah.
You form part of a club. You need to abide to the rules and regulations.
Right.
What about UK and US?
Yeah.
They form part of United Nations. Why not pass the decision and the rules of regulation of such well-known, worldwide organization?
In terms of decolonization, how can the Chagos Islands be part of that moving forward?
With all the points that have been raised in the international court, I think that Chagos is the last colonies in Africa.
Exactly, that's what I think as well.
Yeah. We started with what happened in India, in many countries, what the UK did. Some things that need to be recorded.
Yeah.
We appreciate that we have all African countries joined together to support Mauritius.
Yeah.
And the same case that we see up to now in UK, in Rush, what happened to people who have been traveled from Jamaica, coming here, participating in gold income of UK, and now sometimes they are deported.
Yeah.
It's not a way.
Yeah.
It's not a way of treating people. In the ICJ, even it is an advisory opinion, it's a very strong one to give example to all countries who banish the right of people.
Yes.
To just take point. I'm very proud today. We are the example of all people who live outside the country. All displaced people never give up. Go ahead, one day justice need to prevail. This is why I often meet my Palestinian people, friend, Okinawa, I know all other people still facing many difficulties. I say, never give up. Continue your study. One day, you will be able to achieve your goal.
I really admire your courage, and I hope your people one day can go back to your homeland.
Of course, it is our wish. Home sweet home, you feel better at home.
Recently, the UK, Australia, and the US has agreed to a military agreement called AUKUS, which is to build like military nuclear submarines in the Indian Ocean. How do you think this will actually affect Chagos Islands?
I'm not against security. We have never asked for the closure of the US military base in Chagossian. Right. But what we say, no cohabitation. In a way, I can say, if there is a way of reducing base around the world, it's a way to do it. Instead of killing people, innocent people at the time, it's a way to concentrate on peace, to let a peaceful world. It's the wish of most of the people around the globe, I think.
Just to live a happy life, right?
Happy life. Instead of war, weapons, everything being used to kill people. Let us have a very peaceful way of living.
And you can go back to your home as well, obviously.
Of course.
Yes. I think this is the end of today's episode, and thank you so much once again to Mr. Bancoult for coming on. Thank you so much, really, seriously.
It's a pleasure.
If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to our channel by pressing the red button below. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and see you guys in the next one. Right, bye!